Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Adrian. Yeah, trying something different. No. This is real, not a not a filter. It's been a while. How are you? Fantastic. This is selling through Atok Cafe. Oh, right. And fantastic. Always good food in your household, yeah, Adrian? Always good food in your household.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah, that's a digital background.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Where are you? Are you at home or you had to go to one of those?
In the room, like from this room, it's like a couple steps over there.
Got it. Wish you a speedy recovery.
It felt weird.
Right. Glad to hear that. How do I pronounce it? It's Maisara and Mikael, right? All right.
Ask all the hard questions.
Thank you. I think it's an amazing platform. Yeah. Yep. Very true. Very true.
Go live. Hello everyone and hello everyone. Welcome. This is FTWMM. We are going to interview this person who works at Food Panda.
Hi, Mikael. Hi, Maisara.
Hello. Would you start by please introducing yourself? Introduce yourself. Please.
Sure. My name's Afzan. Firstly, I want to say thank you for hosting me. It's a pleasure to be on your show. I have watched a couple of your sessions before and enjoyed it, right? So again, I've had an introduction about myself. I've held many roles in different places throughout my career. But probably the number one role that excites me most or that I'm most proud of is being a dad to my wonderful children. And they're actually watching in the stream right now as well. So I've been in startups for multiple years. This is also how I met your dad through one of the companies that we kind of briefly interacted with. Currently, I am with Food Panda. I work there as the director of new verticals. And I hope to be able to kind of share a little bit more about my role and also other things related to kind of the tech sector and wider gig economy as well.
What do you do?
So, yep, great question. So what I do, or maybe to answer that question, I can start with a bit of an explanation about Food Panda. So I think most of you know about Food Panda. We are the largest online ordering and delivery marketplace in Malaysia. We've been in Malaysia for about 8 years, right? And for the majority of those 8 years, we focus on food. So, if you had cravings for satay, nasi lemak, or whether it's fried chicken or any other kind of dish, you can go onto the Food Panda mobile app or web portal and order your favorite meal, right? So what we realized was, in terms of consumers, they want more than just food, and they want convenience, right? So there was an opportunity to kind of digitalize other products and services onto the platform. So this is when new verticals was kind of invented or created to be able to fulfill those needs. So if you were to open up your Food Panda app today, you'll be able to find a whole bunch of other goodies, right? So from wanting to buy your favorite chocolates from your grocery store, if you want to buy some vitamins from a pharmacy, or if you wanted to buy some electronics from a shop, you can find all of that on Food Panda now. And the best part is you can have it all delivered to you within half an hour. So at the same time that it takes you to order a pizza and get it sent to you, you can now get your favorite chocolates, maybe even a phone, if that is something that you want. Yeah, so in terms of my role, I look after the new business verticals at Food Panda, whether it is a digital platform, we have something called dark stores, and we also have something called dark kitchens, which I can also share more about later.
It sounds. You want to talk? It sounds like you've been in a lot of interviews. Like, you sound like you're experienced. Like, how many interviews have you been in?
I'm not so sure. Actually, I haven't kept track. I have done a couple, but with everything in life, it's always a learning opportunity, right? We can always try to improve every day. So, yeah.
What does it mean by new verticals?
New verticals is essentially the term that we coined to kind of describe our expansion into new business areas. So if you look at the Food Panda business, right? Like I mentioned earlier, we do online food ordering and delivering, right? So now the other new verticals that we have kind of set up revolves around, for example, groceries. We also have something called, and I mentioned this just now, the dark kitchens and the dark stores as well. But these are all businesses that operate in the virtual space. So I can give you one example, right? So just now I said the word dark store. Have you guys heard of a dark store before?
No.
Not yet. Okay. So let's say, so on Food Panda, we have a dark store that we call Panda Mart, right? So if you hear the word Panda Mart, what would you imagine we sell inside of Panda Mart?
Pentamine.
Panda Mart.
How do you spell it?
Panda and then Mart.
Mart, M-A-R-T.
I would expect like a grocery store.
Very good. Very good.
Like it sells.
What do you expect to be sold at the
like batteries, like stuff you find at shopping mall?
Yep. That's a wonderful guess, and you are right. I've had someone say panda cubs, but we don't sell little panda cubs, no matter how adorable they are.
Sell bamboo.
I think I know. So you have Infinity Stones, Thor's hammer. What else?
I didn't.
I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking.
No, not quite. But I am a Marvel fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Big fan of the Avengers as well. Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Which is your favorite?
So my favorite Marvel character. Well, actually, growing up, I was a big fan of the X-Men. Wolverine, Cyclops, Colossus. Those were kind of the heroes or the superheroes that I grew up reading about. Yeah, and back then it was all through comic books. And the movies were not made.
Rest in peace, Stanley.
I'm also very, very old. So yeah, coming back to Panda Mart, right? It is essentially a online store. So what we do is we rent out physical stores, across the whole country. And last month we actually hit over 50 stores already, right? And what we do is we stock it up with kind of all your favorite goodies, right? So it could be your chocolates, your groceries, batteries, like you mentioned just now, Sarah, and a whole bunch of other things, right? So what's unique about this store is if you walk out on the street, you may actually walk past one of these stores but not realize that it's there. Because it's only for delivery, which means that customers, if you want to buy something from a Panda Mart, you have to use your Food Panda app. You cannot walk in, right? So what that allows us to do is really optimize the floor space in the store. So we can stack in as many shelves as we want, go up as high as we can, and then we have our Panda pickers. So these are the people running around in the stores to pick your orders, prepare it for delivery, and then our riders will come pick it up and deliver it to you. So for a consumer like me and you, right? We can be as lazy as we want, stay at home, stay safe, and kind of really order things. I can share with you for me, I like to order a lot of the cheesecakes, a lot of the brownies, and kind of have them with my kids. So there's a lot of good goodies there.
How many kids do you have?
I have three, and I believe they all should be dialing in watching right now as well.
Oh.
Nope. That's yeah. Okay.
Two watching now. I think one of your kids is doing something else. It also could be one of us. We never know.
How old are they?
How old are they?
How old are they? The eldest is 7. Number 2 is 4, and then the youngest is 1 year old.
Oh. Wait, youngest is 8 years old.
Born in.
A year, 1 year. 7, 4, and 1.
7, 4, 1. Oh.
Paris is 1 year old. That means it's 2020.
2010. No, 2020. Yeah.
2020 now. 1 year. What do you mean? Okay.
If you want this person from Food Panda, what would you be?
I'm very passionate about the work that I do, and really the main reason behind it. So maybe just share a little bit more about my background. Before I started my career in startups, I was actually a banker, right? So I did that for several number of years. But then I had the opportunity to kind of work with startups, and I jumped into it. And the reason is because I get to work with gig economy workers, right? So this is something that I'm very passionate about. So at every single one of my roles, it allowed me to work with gig economy workers. But what that means is that I can create work opportunities for the wider community in Malaysia, right? For them to earn a good living wage and be able to kind of improve their welfare, their livelihoods, so then they can take care of themselves and also take care of their dependents as well. So that's what I'm passionate about. If I was not doing this at Food Panda, I would probably be working with another company that would give me the same kind of opportunity to do the same.
Interesting. Is your work stressful?
Is my work stressful? I think sometimes it can be, but it's also always it's always interesting, right? So I like work that is interesting. I like to also kind of challenge myself. I think a certain level of stress is good. Yeah, it keeps us active, it keeps us engaged, and we won't get bored, right? So I mean, similarly, if you were to play a video game, right? You enjoy playing games that kind of challenge you a little bit, or games that are just kind of too easy and you become just too overpowered, right? Because I think usually if you play those kind of games, you will leave and find something else to do, right? So a certain level of stress, I believe, is good.
Is your job easy to do? Like, is it like, can you like relax while you're doing your job, or do you have to be constantly like typing or?
For me, I mean, there's certain parts of it that come easily. Some of it is difficult or challenging, but it's always interesting, right? And I also get to work with a lot of people, some very good people actually. So then I think that makes the work fun for me.
Okay. Do you play any games, like board games?
I love video games, actually. I don't know if you can see this. It's an Among Us Cup. So this is one of the games that I play. More recently, I don't really get to play as much as I would like to. But back in the day, I mean, I would like to maybe play some PlayStation. I think that was actually my go-to. Yeah. What about you guys? What do you guys play?
I play a Japanese game, Dragon Quest Builders. I finished both games. There's 2. I finished both games. My brother mainly plays Apex Legends and Minecraft.
Apex Legends. So you like first-person shooters then?
Yeah.
Okay. I used to play Destiny, but that was a long time ago.
Destiny is a good game. Destiny 2 is free.
What did you?
Yes.
What did you play on the PlayStation?
Actually, Destiny 2. I played a lot of Destiny 2. What else did I used to play? Some of the Call of Duty games and Minecraft a little bit, actually. But I'm not very good. I do creative mode. If I play survival, I usually don't survive.
It's alright. It's alright. That's great. Someone in the chat's asking what are your best days of the week and why?
Every day. And the reason why I say that is because I get to work from home at the moment, which means that I get to see my children a lot more. And I think that kind of is very important to me because they're young and I want to be around, see them grow up and be able to enjoy quality time with them. So right now it's every day.
What are your children doing now? Like before before they were watching us, what were they doing?
I think they were watching a documentary on TV about penguins. So yeah, good. I'll probably ask them and I can probably learn a couple of things about penguins from them later.
That sounds interesting.
I forgot my question.
Yes.
Yay! Joy. Okay. We're done.
Do you have any questions for us?
Sure. Out of all the people that you've interviewed, what were some of the more interesting topics that you guys spoke about?
This is like saying I have a favorite child. It's like
all are like equally interesting in their own way. But I think
programming actually.
I think the interesting one, but I don't really want to be one, is like a lawyer, because lawyer you get like a dose of like adventure. Like the criminal, like when you find out what they do, sometimes they do something like funny, like they steal shampoo.
What they did yesterday. Very funny.
So I think lawyer is the most interesting one because it's like you get a dose of randomness into your life and it makes your life happy and nice,
All right. And Mikhail, you mentioned programming. Why do you say that? What excites you about programming?
Computer.
C#. I like C#.
Daddy, why did you put the logo?
Oh God, why did the logo? Okay, I like C#. The programming language. It's mostly used in Unity, which many games. I also wait. Let me Google this. Wait.
How does one? Okay, so in the meantime, how does one become involved in the startup and gig economy?
So I mean, today it's actually quite easy. I mean, it's much easier today because there are a lot more companies kind of operating in this space and also hiring for good talent, right, in this space. This was something when I started my career was not really common. So that's why I only kind of moved into this sector kind of midway through my career as well. But it's definitely something very exciting. And fresh graduates or even anyone else kind of going to the studies right now, if you have interest in this space or curious about it, I definitely would recommend to kind of find out more, listen to programs like this, right? So you can learn, engage people, and I think it's a good career path to get into.
What kind of skills do you need to work at Food Panda?
Well, I think because so the business is a very wide business, right? There are multiple departments, so it really is there's no one single skill set, right? So we can have people that are strong in finance, in marketing, in programming, right? Like you are interested in. We also have so like I'm talking about the business today, right? We have people who are chefs, right? We have ones like me, maybe more on the general management side of the business. So it really does require a very wide and large range of skill sets to be able to get into here or to get into this kind of business.
Actually, like this is not a question, but these talks really think I never knew my dad was friends with these people.
Yes.
I didn't know this person was a lawyer. I I knew she programmed. I didn't know she did this and this. I don't know.
Okay,
No one told me. Okay.
How?
Well, he's a good man, and he has a very wide network, and I think it's incredible that he's been able to kind of put this together, right? So maybe one thing I want to ask you guys real quick, because I have young children, they're probably just a little bit younger than the both of you. So what kind of advice would you give to them or anyone else watching who would be interested to maybe do their own or host their own shows, right? What would you advise them?
You need to get proper shortcuts. You can't go to.
Actually, no.
I mean, you can wear like casual stuff like a jacket or like, those hijabs. You can, but it'll be better if you get like some proper clothes like you have, and like maybe like a green screen or like a good computer with a good camera. Maybe a microphone. It depends whether you want a microphone. If you're gonna do like a big talk show, then you should maybe get a microphone. But yeah, that's what.
For me, yeah, I would say get a microphone. People don't need to see your face. They just need to make sure you have good audio.
Yeah.
If you have like an audio mic that just like constantly makes you scream into the microphone, it's not that good.
Thank you for sharing those tips.
And a good computer, because you can't run a recording software without your computer freezing half a second. Okay, continue, Sarah.
Have you done anything like eco-friendly?
I try to. I mean, on my personal basis as well. Maybe something very simple, and people probably take for granted is when I go out shopping, I bring my own shopping bags, right? And which includes also the mesh bags to put all the veggies and smaller, looser items into. I think it's something we all should try to make an effort because the small things, they do add up, right? And that's where, and it's very easy for people to start with the small things first.
How many people work for you? Like, how much staff do you communicate with on a daily basis?
Well, within the new verticals, it's already over 100 of kind of full-time employees that I have the honor and pleasure of working with. But if you kind of include the gig economy workers, right? I think you could probably go over potentially 1,000 already, actually. Yeah. I mean, this is just on the not including our riders, of course, because then that number is significantly larger.
Have you had any experience with 3D printers, and do you think 3D printers will help Food Panda print like their own food or something in the future?
I think that's a very interesting topic. You never know, right? I mean, in the future, we may live in a world where something like that becomes possible. The potential problems that it could solve are amazing. But me personally, I don't have a 3D printer. It's something I'm thinking of getting. I've actually kind of spoken, my son has spoken to me about it and asked for one. But we're still kind of doing a little bit of research to learn more about that. Do you guys work with 3D printers a lot?
My brother does. I don't. I just normally clip up the edges so that it looks nicer. He used to when he was helping his father do the face shield thing.
Yeah.
He used to like put the face shields in the correct places and then like make sure. He would like help around with the 3D printer while
it is. Yeah.
The computer work and smacking keys on the keyboard. He would be at his computer smacking keys on his own keyboard. So
I want to fix this. The nozzle is stuck, and I don't know how to clean it.
Well, I have a question then, a follow-up question. Would you recommend, getting a 3D printer? And what should it be used for?
Just like lifestyle. Like if you're like, for me, I want to 3D print like a mouse bungee. Basically, it's like I think of it as a wire holder.
He's a hardcore gamer, so he wants. Yeah.
It's a way to hold your wire, so your wire doesn't flap everywhere when you're using your mouse. You can also use make like phone stands and stuff. It's really like this one. This is like a little tiny pig. Sorry, tiny pig. You can also like It's actually
Like
I
cookie
you can
cutters?
make cookie cutters. It's food safe, I believe. I mean, food
Okay.
safe.
Like
So baking also can be good.
you make like your household items. Like if you don't have a comb, you can like try and 3D print a comb or something.
Okay.
Like household items. So you don't have to go to the store and buy them because only 3D printing filament and the electricity and money, then you can print everything and you can print for the toys. You can sell those things, then use money to get more filaments to print more. And that means you have like a good thing, but you have to like, you get it.
Like,
Yeah.
but you gotta learn how to properly maintain the 3D printer. Like,
Sure.
like you gotta make sure the bed's level. You gotta make sure the simple. Whether the workers normally work, but like still you gotta like sometimes maintain it because after a while, like every once in a while.
I'll keep that in mind. I think if I ever got one, I would 3D print a little Panda cup, pink color first.
Among Us.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Can also, yeah, I think that would be very interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
most of the 3D printers go the Thingiverse, which basically is like 3D printing, like a community of 3D printers.
Like they have like a lot of things you can just download the file, put it into 3D printer, and it'll start printing. Like, and you can also make your own ones, but normally we just get them from Thingiverse because making our own ones is a tedious process, and we don't really,
Is your going back to Food Panda?
Sure.
Is Food Panda like how many?
How many countries is Food Panda in?
Oh, that's a great question. So Food Panda is actually owned by a company called Delivery Hero. It's a listed company based out in Germany. And we actually have presence across, if I'm not mistaken, over 40 plus countries already globally. And in different markets that we operate, we're known as under different brand names. So for example, we have Fedora over in Europe, Talabat in the Middle East, and then here in APAC, we're known as Food Panda, right? So within APAC itself, we're in 13 countries. So the business is quite sizable. And as a group, we are also the largest online food ordering and delivery marketplace in the world.
Google is saying it's 40 countries.
Over 40 countries.
Yep. Great.
Yay.
Like what country? Like I'm guessing like Germany, Malaysia, Indonesia, I don't know, Sri Lanka, America definitely.
Numbers, yeah. Across the Americas, I think we're generally present across all the continent. We have a business, but most likely operating under different brand names.
What is your biggest competitor in the food delivering business? GrabFood.
In the food delivery business, in Malaysia, yes, we have those guys. They wear green color. I would say they are probably the closest competitor to us. Yeah, on the food side.
So, but you outnumber, but you do more things than the green people.
So they do have an online food business as well, but see what kind of differentiates us from them, right? We actually operate in a space that we call quick commerce or Q-commerce, right? And before I go into that, I'm just curious, have you guys heard of quick commerce before?
What? The what? Food commerce?
Quick commerce, quick like fast, quick.
Quick commerce.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. But I'm sure you're familiar with e-commerce, right?
Yes.
So with e-commerce, if you were to order something from an e-commerce platform, it may take anywhere from 3 to 5 business days, right, for you to receive your item from the moment that you order it. So the whole idea behind quick commerce is that you'll be able to kind of order those same things, but instead of waiting 3 to 5 business days, you can get it within half an hour, right? So again, coming back to that first example that I gave on Food Panda today, you can already order your groceries, from pharmacies, from electronics, from fashion items. All of this is actually kind of already available on Food Panda, and you can have these items delivered to you within half an hour. So from a consumer's perspective, right? Because you talk about batteries. I want to turn on my TV, the controls out of batteries instead of waiting 3 to 5 days for it to arrive if I order it on an e-commerce platform, or having the trouble to go out and buy it outside. I can just order that same batteries on Panda and it'll be sent to my house in half an hour. But that's the whole idea behind quick commerce, right? We want to make things a lot more convenient for users and a lot faster as well.
Okay. Do you normally use motorcycles or vans?
For our fleet, it is actually predominantly motorcycles, and that's kind of part of the reason why we are able to do deliveries so fast. I actually have a quick question for you guys. So I described what quick commerce is. What kind of items would you like, to be able to kind of buy online and potentially deliver it to you within half an hour? What would you think of? What would you order?
What would I order?
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna show it on the screen. Yeah.
A mouse, right?
Gaming stuff. He's a hardcore gamer.
Okay, stop. No, stop.
I would buy I don't know, art supplies and and Dragon Quest Builders merch. Yes. But there's not a lot because it's not a famous thing.
Can you buy a cat
But it's a really good game.
Wait, can you buy a cat on that on the
Can
Panda?
you?
No pets, no like animals.
No.
But we already have some gaming peripherals. Depending on where you live, you may be able to find some art supplies. Definitely yes as well, right? And the range of categories and also the items, or what we like to call SKUs that we list on the platform, it's growing every day, right? So you'll be able to continue to find more and more interesting things.
Hold on.
What's your opinion on Shopee and Lazada?
Yeah.
I think they do some amazing things in the e-commerce space. They are also very, very big businesses. They have very big financial backing, but we're happy to let them operate in that location, and we want to focus more on the Q-commerce segment, right? Which is where Foodpanda's business, we have a very powerful competitive advantage because no other business in Malaysia will be able to quickly replicate the kind of delivery fleet that we have, right? And that delivery fleet, because it's so big and it's so wide, it's across the country. So this is where we can kind of really be able to do deliveries within half an hour. And it would take other businesses many years or many millions of ringgit of investment to be able to kind of reach that kind of scale.
Do you have any last words for the audience?
I think for me, maybe kind of going back to something that we touched on right earlier, and it's about continuously learning. Yeah, every day we all should look at learning every day, try to pick up something, improve 1%, right? And you can do that through many ways, right? It could be through your traditional schools, it can be online, self-taught. But yeah, I would kind of really encourage that and testing out different mediums as well.
Good to hear you.
Okay. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Malaysia time at FTWMM, we have a research and lecturer from Multimedia University, Professor Hyrule. If you guys like this video, please like, share, subscribe. It helps us produce more. If we can hit like 2,000, then we will be happy and we'll be more enthusiastic.
And thanks everyone.
Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.
And thank everyone for 400 subscribers.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Mikhail, and thanks viewers as well.
For spending your day on a weekend.
All right, my dad's back. That's my cue.
Now you guys can talk like Momos do.